So Smash Ultimate has been out for over a month and it has been a smashing success. But there's something kind of weird that I want to talk about. So stay tuned.
I really think you should.
So a little backstory. I used to be a Super Smash Bros. Brawl hacker, and I stepped away from it back in 2012, 2013, so it's been about 6-7 years since I've stepped back into that sort of role. And coming back to it, I see this. Old friend of mine posts this and says, what the heck, the Japanese Brawl modder, Joji, not that Joji, updated Brawl EX to support up to a total of 242 characters. LOL. During the time period of me being gone from Brawl hacking, apparently this new thing called Brawl EX is a character expansion thing. So I don't know what this is. I looked into it. Apparently you can add new characters, and I think it's pretty cool. Obviously there's limitations here and there, but I still think it's an incredible thing you can do. And apparently there's a link to the thing, and it's titled 3 Big Projects. Final Plan Brawl EX Clone Engine V2 Extended Edition. I just want to apologize in advance. It's very hard to read because this was Google translated, mind you, from Japanese. So it's going to sound very odd when I say some of these things. Well, this time has finally arrived. Finally, the final plan of the 3 big projects is released. Now, the one thing is that he says 3 big projects, but I only see 1 in the title. First of all, please look at the image below. And I scroll down, look at it, and I see this. This is incredible. This is... wow. He has 2 Lucinas and 2 Marths. Oh, and 3 Roys. No, 2 Roys. What is this? So, I guess this is just an example of what the Brawl EX can do. I find it very cool. But I don't know why he's bringing this up. I thought, this doesn't look like the picture I saw before. It is the character selection screen that I posted in the previous article. There are lots of characters, and it is an amazing scene, but I personally had a bit of dissatisfaction. What? No, I'm not saying like I don't understand it. This is what he says. He says that this is actually really good, it looks really cool, it looks amazing, in his words, but he doesn't like it. It's like someone looking at Smash Ultimate's roster of like 70 characters and saying, need more. That is the arrangement of the icons. Oh, he's talking about the arrangement of how the characters look. This has been around for a long time already. If anything, I would like to arrange it beautifully. I don't know if he's saying arrangement or addition to the roster. But it's a bit difficult for layout. And this is what it says. He says the word bodies in it, but in reality he's talking about icons. The icons of the character select screen. Well then, you should reduce it by 2 icons and shift the bottom 2 stages. But in that case, it will be reduced by 2 icons. Well, what to do? If it is not good to reduce. Really? You only have to increase. This is what I mean by it being broken English. It sounds very strange. This is what I shout. Oh my god, he's gonna shout it. The Clone Engine V2 Brawl EX Extended Edition release. Excuse me. Revised 3 final plans release. He keeps saying that, but I don't see 2 other projects. First, Brawl EX Clone Engine is a system that can add new characters released by Phantom Wings. Yeah, this wasn't made by this guy, no offense. It was actually made by someone by the name of Phantom Wings back in, I believe, January of 2014. Up to the past, it was impossible to add up to character slots 3F to 7F and display only icons up to 100 bodies. He means that you can only add, I guess, up to 7F, which I believe is, 127, I guess? So that's still a lot, but mind you, I guess maybe certain things in the game prevent other slots from being used. Like, if you don't know, apparently there are 7 unused slots for characters that were supposed to be in the game, but they were scrapped later in development. So that's probably interesting. That's probably a good reason why. This Brawl EX Clone Engine V2 Extended Edition has been modified based on Brawl EX Clone Engine V2 and Brawl EX CSS Expansion V2X Unstable. Now, CSS obviously stands for Character Selection Screen. And character slots to be added and character display of Character Selection Screen. It is a further expansion of the number. How long have you expanded? How? How long have you expanded? How long have you expandonged? We don't know. You can now use character slots from 3F to FE. You can display up to 242 icons. FE, I believe, is 254. Yeah, 254. So, that's still incredible. Holy crap. That's a lot of characters. The actual character selection screen is here. So, if you look, it's kind of hilarious that, like, he has all... I see a lot of characters added. Like, he added Shadow the Hedgehog, Geno, Gray Fox. I think I see a Cloud Strife in there. Or is that Isaac? And then you have, like, he has, like... apparently, I counted. It's 128 Marios. Exactly. And Fire Emblem, yeah, it's all we need. Add more Pokemon, it'll definitely be a Smash Brothers game. And the bottom says, what? I can only laugh now. Super superb view. There are 11 bodies in length and 22 bodies in width, totaling 242 bodies. Icons, it means. Character slot is twice as much as ever. The character selection screen reached 2.42 times until now. He's meaning that it's 2.42 times bigger than the original. Unofficially, this is the biggest scale in real Smash, and he's not wrong. In the current Smash game, Smash Ultimate, the most you can have is 70, if you count Piranha Plant, and then you have the other 5 of Joker and the other 4 characters, and then you got 75 characters. And please let this be the character selection screen. I really need this to be the character selection screen. You cannot exceed this number of characters as expected, so I'm guessing saying you can't extend 242, which is understandable. I feel like having 100 is fine, but 242, I don't know if there's enough modded movesets to actually reach that number. A person who added a character and filled the character selection screen, rest assured, you can still add it, look like this. Well, mind you, this guy just said, okay, every single character is going to be Mario. We need all the Marios as we can. Well, here are the points now. Now, when he means points, he means bugs and glitches. It takes about 10 seconds to start the game. It takes about 10 seconds for it to boot up. Character name becomes English. So if you're using, I guess, a different version of the game, I guess, region, it'll be English characters instead of being, like, European or German or something like that. The original file patch code v3.5.1 may cause problems. I guess you can't use... That was the original file patch code. If you don't know, with brawl hacking, that was the original thing that helped you hack. But I guess they must have made a new one when I wasn't around or something. When using the trump card of... Luigi, Peach, DDD, Donkey Kong, BGM disappears. Or more specifically, when they use a Final Smash like Peach, where it has that little like music where she puts everyone to sleep, that's gone. The page of the character selection screen of the empty messenger becomes a bit incorrect. I don't know what that means. I freeze when entering the second person in single mode. I guess he's talking about classic mode. No. I think he's talking about Subspace. But the Subspace, you don't really care about that when it comes to brawl hacking. That's not really your main priority, unless you really want to add Subspace to your game. Go to the save screen at the save point in a large labyrinth and freeze when opening the door to the side is a conventional matter. I guess he's saying that the game freezes at Subspace. He kind of just said that, but alright. Now, there's other stuff he says, but he ends up adding this, which is the Brawl EX Clone Engine Final Smash Music Fix and the Brawl EX Clone Engine V2 Subspace Fix. These are the, they must have added codes for it, which is pretty good, because I do remember, I don't know why I'm saying remember, but I do kind of understand, like, some things probably got replaced for other things, so I can totally understand. Since various setting files are, as usual, they can be used as they are. So, I kind of looked into this. I downloaded Broly X a little while ago, just check it out. I didn't really do anything. I just kind of looked at it, and apparently there's certain files that you need to make it. So first of all is the cosmetic xx.dat. That is, I guess, the character selection screen icon, portrait, all that stuff. The CSS slot, okay, that might be for the icon and everything. Just make sure it's on the screen. Same with the slot xx.dat. And the fighter xx.dat is obviously the fighter data. Obviously, you can't have character without the moveset and the models and all that stuff. As CSS roster.dat is different from the conventional one, it needs to be reset. So I guess the original version of this, that's not this. Obviously, I think it could only hold 100 characters or 128, whatever it was. But now, since it adds 242, it needs to be updated, I guess. Then you might be confused when I say this. CS underscore cell character dot pack of car underscore bus underscore text underscore LZ77 is in the men cell skur face B. You need to read the icon from the SD card. Now, what the hell was that? So that's pretty much you know when you select the character, and not the picture of the icon, but you look when you go to change like your costume and stuff. That's where it's pretty much talking about the picture of the character, the model, and what outfit they wear for their combat, for their fights and stuff. And what he's pretty much going into is that it eventually could reach a limit which will freeze if you end up using it for your game. So, and then he mentions icons. Now, not the picture, not this character selection screen, portraits. Not the portraits, the things on the thing when you select on them. He's talking about, like, the stock icons. Stock icons are the things, like, obviously, like, if you, let's say, you die, you lose one, something like that. He's saying that apparently you can't have multiple of different ones. Like, let's say I can't have a Cloud icon, I can't have, like, a Sephiroth one, I can't have, like, if I add all these new characters, they can't have their own. So what he did was he took the old Smash Mini icon and used it for everyone else, which is fine because I don't really need those. I don't think anyone really needs them. I don't really care, but someone might, and you know what? Who cares? And I believe that saves up space. That's good. Then, info.pack with regard to the character name at the time of competition contained in, it is as it is. Severe state is to put all the characters exceed the reliable capacity limit is. You can expand the capacity limit by deleting the name and making it all without characters, or by using the following code to display the name by all means. Oh, so interval stock. Okay, so he's just talking about, I guess, the names of the characters? When they pop up on the victory screen? I'm not too sure. This code is necessary from the code to exchange the stock icon at the stock competition to the mini icon of each character. It is only, it seems to be using, okay, so I guess what it's saying is that it forces the character, so it doesn't use its own individual stock icons. It just goes straight to the Smash logo icon. Okay. Next, we modify the following code as the number of characters increased. Oh no. So, Broly X Clone Engine RSBJ version fix. Uh-oh. So, I thought there was an English version. What do I mean? That, if you the RSBJ, that means that's the Japanese version of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. You see, with every game, I believe, there is a game code. For example, RSBE would be for the US copies of the game, and RSBP would be for the European or the PAL versions. Like RSBE would be NTSC, I believe. I think you can also set the Japanese name because you can. So I'm guessing this must be a fix that English, that glitch where it changes all the names to English instead of what they're supposed to be. The same precautions as the conventional ones are gathered in the direction of HP. So please visit from the image on the top page or from the menu on the left. To download Broly X Clone Engine V2 Extended Edition, please visit since it is set to the RSBJ version and the RSBE version set, please install from the folder of the one you use after downloading. So, okay, so there is an English version. I'm assuming it's not finished. I'm not saying that's bad. It's just how it is. That being said, it is attention on use, but guaranteed a complete operation cannot be done. Please be careful. What he's saying is, it's pretty much in a stable, it's not a stable position where you can just send it out and use it for other things. It's not fully stable, and it could freeze. That's what he's talking about. We have not confirmed all the slots with respect to the extended character slot, so there is a possibility that there are slots to restore them. He means this is pretty much what I said. The game's not going to be 100% complete, and some characters you might add in, they might have slots that if you click on them, they freeze, which sucks. But with this kind of thing, I'm not expecting this to work 100%, because mind you, this is a game where it's meant to only load 38 characters, not 242. As for the expansion of the number of characters displayed on the character selection screen, the most important thing is that we realize it considerably forcibly. It was an impossible level if it was normal. To be honest, it is a miracle that I can realize. So it is uncertain and there is possibility for you. So I guess they must, I'm seeing the words considerably forcibly. They forced it to do this kind of stuff, and this stuff is impossible, and it's a miracle that this actually worked. That's pretty much what they're saying. So yeah, it is uncertain there is a possibility of freezing. That's kind of true for any sort of Brawl EX system. Basically, it's assumed that it is not used for Project and Legacy XP, etc. It is used for normal Smash Ravi used in melee fighting / training offline use. Please note that the operation is not guaranteed otherwise. So, if you don't know, Project M is a mod of Brawl that I kind of knew about, even though I left a long time ago. And Legacy XP, I have no idea what it was, but apparently it's this really popular mod that came out for Smash Brothers Brawl, and it's actually, I looked at it, it's actually really fun. It's only, and obviously it's only used for Vanilla Brawl, meaning it's, you take your game and you just take these mods and just load it up, and you just don't, and it's meant for your kind of thing. And obviously melee fighting and training, it means only local battles, meaning I could bring this to my friend's house and we can play this how much we want, but it could freeze, which sucks. But, I think I said before, it's doing this kind of stuff isn't gonna make the game work correctly, and you shouldn't be surprised, because like I said before, it's meant to load only 35 characters, not 242. Truly, we cannot do that far. Please keep up with that. Each developer works hard. Oh my, they have a team? Damn. If there's a problem, it would be appreciated if you report it. In that case, please write down a situation as much as possible. It will be helpful if you write code, hack files, scenes, etc. together. To sum that up, they are very into finding out what's wrong with this and making it the best possible mod ever. And this is kind of true for any sort of game, or anything someone makes. Making sure you know what happened, what kind of scenario happens, and just make sure that you let the person who made this know. Like, if someone freezes, make sure that it happens again. If it happens again, you let them know. If it happens not again, it might be just a sporadic thing, or it could be caused by something else. As troubles with adding characters, there are times when there are problems with the added characters themselves, so please add clones with modified characters and check whether the same trouble will occur before reporting. So what he means is that, let's say I want to add the mod of, I think, Shadow the Hedgehog, which is based off of Sonic. And let's say I'm playing the Shadow mod and then it freezes. Now the thing is, you don't want to automatically report that something's wrong with the slot. What I would do is take the files of the original character, Sonic, put it over that file, play around with it, and if there's no freezing at all, it's probably the mod itself, and you have to let the people who made the Shadow mod know, not the Brawl EX V2 Extended Edition. I think that we will make various corrections, etc. in the future when trouble comes out. We will prohibit secondary distribution to avoid confusion. So, meaning that, let's say I want to make a pack of this. I can't. They prohibited me, but, you know, people will do it. because some people are stupid. Well, with this, we were able to finally complete the 3 major projects. The 3 major projects are activities to set and set 3 ideals that I would like to achieve. When these 3 project plans are successfully achieved, the 3 major projects in me will be completed. Almost ideal, I tried to increase the number of characters to clean up the arrangement of the icons on the character selection screen and succeeded in increasing it by simple experiment. This was the reason I started planning to increase it to the maximum. To clean up the arrangement. I hope that's a translation error because the arrangement looks fine. You can't really, if you want to just do that, you can. How to clean up the arrangement? Add more. It's too much. Add more. I'm kidding. However, there were 2 problems that we saw earlier. It is graphics and sound effects. Even if the number of characters increases, if you do not manage the problem of graphics and sound effects, it makes no sense. So if you don't know, some characters might have sound effects. For example, you don't want, let's say, a Goku mod, which is based off of Pit, to sound like Pit. You want him to sound like Goku. And like, let's use Shadow again. You don't want Shadow sounding like Sonic. You want him to sound like Shadow. And maybe they made this thing where, oh my god, I was kidding. Apparently, I just looked for a second. Apparently, that's what they're doing. Extension of the first plan effect.pack and second plan sound bank extension. So what that means is that I guess they have 2 projects where they're expanding the effect.pack, which is where the effects of the game are, and the sound bank, which obviously how it sounds, extending the amount of sounds in the game. I didn't know they were doing that too. What the hell are they gonna add next? Subspace 2? Even this will eliminate the problem of extending the number of characters if you clear it, meaning that you have to keep the on track. If not, you're... These 3 are inseparable relations even if they are cut off, and we name them 3 major projects. Is not a cool little? The 3 major projects. We call this the Triforce. You see the Brawl EX clone engine is on the top, and the graphics and sound effects are on the bottom. I kind of relate to this when it comes to Pokemon hacking, because back in the day, well, I don't know why I'm saying back in the day, it's been like a month. You have to keep track of what codes you're using, what code you're using in terms of the game, what Pokemon you're adding, abilities, moves, and making sure everything's good, and keeping track of what's causing problems. Because if you don't, you're gonna end up lost and you're gonna have a broken game. This is a good example. There were various troubles and problems too, but I was not thinking honestly that I will go well so far. I also stuffed it. So he's probably like, I didn't realize there were problems, but I wasn't thinking I would go so well. Meaning that he's saying like, yeah, there were problems, but we were able to handle it well, which is great. Whenever something goes wrong in a video game, or making a mod, or making a game in general, you shouldn't be upset if something goes wrong, because eventually you'll find a solution to it. Especially regarding the extension of the character's display number on the character selection screen, it was completely packed. It was impossible for us to be righteous. Even though I plan to do this, if this breaks down, hey, when I tried it in a fairly unreasonably way, at my own misunderstanding, I was real lucky I managed to do something wrong. I guess it was very difficult just doing this, which is kind of, it's understandable. Oh yeah, I was able to complete the 3 major projects that I had set up like this, and the first plan was doing the effects, the second plan was doing the sound effect, and the hitbox sound effect. That's interesting. And obviously the big one was the extended edition of the Brawl EX clone engine. Please utilize, meaning he wants, I guess it's sort of like, hey, try these out, hope for the best. As I mentioned in a previous article, please acknowledge that my activity will be terminated at this. It is not April Fool's. Well, I kind of hope it was. He's saying that this might be his last thing. New work has also been released, and the population of Smash Bros. X hack is decreasing. So it's almost time for exhausting. So what he means is, brawl hacking is dying. And I kind of understand that, because I thought it was going to be gone when Smash 4 popped. That was one of the main reasons why. Did I leave? I left back, I think, in 2011, 2012. That was, I think, a year before Smash 4, where Smash for Wii U and 3DS came out. So, man, that would have been a long time before anyone tried to mod that. But I guess people just kind of gave up on it because it just kind of got boring. But this stuff is like definitely motivating. Well, there's something, but I do not have the motivation to do it. Oh wow. This guy, I can relate with this. So, if you don't know, Pokemon hacking, I kind of lost motivation to do that in terms of Pokemon Theta Emerald Renewed. This guy's having the same problem, the motivation to do it, because, yeah, there's not much support for it anymore. Hell, when I go on Pokemon community forums, there's like nothing there anymore. It's the same bullshit every single day, and nothing comes out of it. They mentioned something called the Pokemon Emerald Disassembly, but that never came out of it, but let's talk about that in another video. However, since there are problems with the 3 major projects, only those support will continue for a while. If there is a problem, it is fixed within the range that can be done. If not, goodbye is feeling. So, if there are people who really support this project, it won't die. And if there's a problem, it won't die, I mean, in the sense of it won't be worked on. But if there's a problem, it has to be reasonably be able to be fixed. If it's something that can't be fixed, tough, pretty much. We began activities in 2011, and 8 years passed when we noticed. Time passes quickly. We have mainly worked on code conversion and new code creation, but I did not expect that it would be active for a long time. These guys have been here since 2011? Jesus, that's when I left. Wow. Wow. And that's incredible. Basically, it was self-satisfying activity that I've done what I want to do. But I got a lot of people to check the operation of the code and report a problem. It was saved, thank you very much. So, this guy did what he wanted to do. And he would send it out to people, and people would just give him their opinion on it. Like, hey, is there something wrong with it? And when they tell him, he agreed. And he's thankful for that. Even a little, if your Smash Bra hack became pleasant, it is happy. At the end, thank you very much for attending my activities for a long time. For some time, I am still there, so please comment if there is something. Since blogs and HP are left untouched, please continue to use it as an information source. Okay, also. And, that's it. This was posted back on January 12th. Yeah, it's been a couple days since it came out. Wow. Let me see. Apparently he has a blog, too, on the side, right? He's been doing this since April of 2011. Wow, I was still in high school at that point. Holy crap. He's been doing this for, yeah, 8 years. Almost 8 years. Wow. So, to sum it up, this guy has worked his ass off on this. Wow, that's incredible. But the thing is, like, the only thing that kind of sucks, no offense, about this is that, like, where's the stuff? You do a lot of clicking. I'm reading through this article. It mentions a download link somewhere, right? HP. What the hell's HP stand for? Because I am actually interested in checking this out. But whatever. I'll check it out later when I get a chance. But that's unbelievable that this came out. Literally, what? More than a month since Ultimate came out. It's kind of incredible that people are still modding this game to do this kind of. It's unbelievable. Hell, we don't need Ultimate at this point. This is literally Ultimate's roster, but tripled. More than tripled. I don't think it's going to be in the best quality. No offense to the people making this. But it's still unbelievable they're doing this kind of thing. And I'm just baffled. And I'm just... 3 claps. He gets 3 claps. But if you ever get a chance, or if you somehow understand Japanese, I would highly check this thing out. And if you can, please find out where a download link is. Because when I try and comment saying, hey, where's the download link? Apparently you have to do a certain, like a verification, like a CAPTCHA. But the problem is that it's in Japanese with Japanese characters. I'm not very good at Japanese, so I can't comment like, hey, where do I get this? But if you can, if you can figure it out how to get it, I would highly check it out. I'll ask my friend who posted the tweet about it. Which, by the way, that's not his name. I recognize him by his real name. So, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I can't believe that the same guy is kind of going through the same thing I am, where it's like, hey, this stuff is slowly dying, I guess you can call it, and we're moving on. But I didn't expect someone else kind of experiencing the same thing, what I went through, where it's like, I kind of feel unmotivated to really Pokemon hack anymore. If there is any real motivation, I'd love to find it, please. But this guy, I guess he's really happy that people are supporting him in that kind of aspect, and I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, but enough of that. That's gonna be the end of this video. I found this to be very interesting. A lot of broken English, of course, but you know what? It's Google Translator. We can't really do anything about that. Be sure to like the video if you found any of this interesting. I did, definitely. Or dislike if you found any of this stupid. I can't blame you. You have your opinion. It's whatever. Be sure to comment if you found out how to download this thing, because I really want to try this out. And be sure to subscribe for more videos. I do these kind of videos where I kind of talk over things, but I'm trying to do more but like the live action video of like the gingerbread house thing. That was pretty cool, but I want to do more of that, but other things, I guess you can call it. All right, so until next time, my crew, I will see you later.